Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, I think it would be great to have something new, besides the content of AI making things. Shall we learn something new today? I've been working with Python for a few projects recently. After seeing how powerful and popular this language is, I decided to start this series to share my experience and help others learn it too. For the first video in the series, we will learn about a very important part of a programming language, and that is variables in Python. Well, variables in Python are quite different from other languages because they don't need to be declared with a specific type. Here I have two files, one written in Python and the other in C++. You see, in the C++ file, in the main block here, I have declared three variables, A, B, and C, each with a different type. The code right now isn't causing any errors because there are no syntax errors in the code. When I delete any type that I have declared, such as string here, it immediately underlines it in red, and the error log says, identifier C is undefined. Things are different in Python. You see, I didn't define any of these variables, but the code has no error. That is because Python has no command for declaring a variable. The variable will automatically have a type when you assign a value to it. You can even change the type after it has been set. I will demonstrate that here. I have the type of a which will be an int. And then I change the value of it to, this is a string. You can see in the console that there are two logs, one shows the class as int before I change the value, and the other is string after the change. If you want to specify the data type of a variable, this can be done with casting. The syntax is very simple, you just wrap the value of that variable with the type you want. Here I create some variables, such as a, and cast it as a string with the value 5. Let's create b and c as usual, and cast d as a float with a value of 5. We will try to print the type of a. Also, print d out. Run the file and what do we get here? The type of a now is string. And because d is a float, we got the decimal point inside the number. You can cast from number types to string types, but not always the opposite. Here we have the e variable. I will cast it as an int type with the value, this is a string. After running the code, we got an error telling us, invalid literal for int, with base 10, this is a string. That's because a random string can't be converted into a number type. Next, string types can be assigned in two ways, one by single quotes and the other by double quotes. Any variable assigned with a value using this syntax will be a string type. As you can see, the type of these two variables is the same. Another thing is that in Python, variable names are case-sensitive. That means if you have two variables that use the same letters, but one is slightly different, like using an uppercase letter, they will be counted as individual variables. Here I have two variables, the lowercase a and the uppercase a, and they are counted as different variables. That means they don't overwrite each other. Let's print these variables out. You see, they are counted as different variables and have different values. Another thing you can do with variables is create and assign many values to multiple variables in one line. As I have written here, you see that when I run this line of code, each value will be assigned separately. Let's print it out. And, yes, it assigned properly. You can do the same with a similar syntax to assign multiple variables with one value, like I'm doing here. When you use the print function, there are some rules about it. Like you can output multiple values in one function by separating them with a comma. For numbers, the plus character works as a mathematical operator. You can also use other mathematical symbols to output a final value. When you try to combine a string and a number with the plus operator like this, you will receive an error. The best way to output multiple variables in the print function is to separate them with commas, which even supports different data types. Lastly is the global variables section. In Python, any variable that is created outside a function counts as a global variable and can be used both outside and inside any function. For example here, I have a variable outside the function, but I can use it inside that function too. Continuing on, if you create a variable inside of a function and its name is the same as the global variable, the local variable will take priority in that function. Here when I run this code, you will see the variable that I created in this function is used instead of the global variable. Another thing with global variables is that you can create a global variable inside a function by using the global keyword. The variable will then belong to the global scope. That's why this code doesn't cause any error when run. You can also change the value of a pre-created global variable by using the global keyword for the variable you want to change inside the function. And that is everything you need to know about the basics of variables in Python. I hope this video helped you understand how Python handles data differently compared to languages like C++. Since I am also a student, I'm learning as I go, so if I missed anything or if you have some cool tips, please share them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to follow my coding journey. It really helps the channel grow and motivates me to make more content for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.